I think this is actually the most stressful custom I've ever done. They took me so long, but let me just get into this video and tell you guys what happened. Look at me, I'm so optimistic in that first clip. Anyway, obviously to start, I acetoned where I was going to be painting, and then I masked up the whole shoe. And if you know me, you already know by now, this is pretty basic stuff for me, and this is not where the issues were. So if you couldn't already tell by the first clip, this is a Arsenal custom that I'm doing. And this design I created was inspired by the 1993 kit, I believe. And yeah, I've already done this before, so I thought it was going to be pretty straightforward. So here I am just spraying the base colour, which is yellow. And then after I had done this, I could then go ahead and put on the stencils to make the pattern that it has. And if you don't live under a rock, you would know that Arsenal won the league. So I really wanted to get these shoes done before the, I think it was the Champions League final. So that obviously, if Arsenal won, I would have a video. And if they lost, they still won the Premier League. So either way, it would have been a good video to post. But these shoes, they were just draining me mentally, physically. I couldn't get them done in time, unfortunately. I also wanted to get them to the client before the Arsenal parade, because obviously I don't know if they was going to the Arsenal parade, but if they were, it would have been nice for them to have the shoes for that. And I still couldn't get them done in time. But one thing about me is I always put quality of work over a quick turnaround, because customized items, they're not cheap, and I don't want to be sending out work that I'm not happy with. So yeah, sometimes these things happen. Anyway, what I'm doing here, I'm spraying over the stencil, which will then reveal the pattern. But the pattern also does have a gradient to it, so I'm using my new Iwata HPC, which is finer, to add that detail in. And then after I'd done that, bear in mind this probably, to get to this point, this probably took me about 5 days. I could then remove all of the stencil and the masking tape, and then I just was touching it up here. I was even so tired I didn't even record adding on the extra stencils here, but this is where disaster struck. As I'm peeling away the stencil, it's removing the pattern that I've just taken 5 days to do. Not only that, it's the gradient bits of the pattern that I cannot replicate with a paintbrush. I was literally thinking, I'm about to take these shoes, I'm going to put them in the bin, and I'm going to start over again. It's so strange because when I did this before, this did not happen. So I'm not sure why they were testing me. But anyway, I had to just keep going. So then I touched in all the areas that had been taken away with black paint. And then I was going to try and do the gradient by hand, but I realized that was just not going to work. So then I just had to take my airbrush and respray everything. But then that sprayed over the red stencils that I'd just done. But honestly, that would have been easier to touch up than to try and do all those gradients again by hand. And then obviously I did a red outline around all the swooshes, and then they were done. I also added a black outline to the edges, which I think is a nice finishing touch. But yeah, as always, you guys let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one.